AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Yeah. You got the damn notifications, man. I mean, 9 people. What is this? 4 people. Hey, 4 people, hit the damn like button. I saw it popped up on my phone. Look, half hour ago, notification.
Definitely did get a notification.
Chop. What they watching? The SPs?
They're sick of us already.
Don't say that, old boy. Thank you, yo, Alpha X. Did I say that right, Flea?
That looks right. Yo, Alpha X.
I almost said Joel Fox. Darlene, what's good, Darlene?
Darlene B.
Darlene Bryan, what up?
There we go. Some people in the building. They churning on the They churning it. They churning it. They churning it. They churning.
Ball suckers.
We live.
Big Flea. Never the little one. Biggest, y'all.
We in the mix. We in the mix. Big tricks. Big Knicks. Hopefully.
Knicks rehab.
Knicks rehab, y'all.
Come on, man.
I know the drill.
See what Prezi the Ball says. Smash that like button, party people. Let's run up these subs to 20,000. Salute to the dudes. Fabian Savage, AllBall, and Fleas. He turned you into a Greek?
I don't know what Prezi did, but we can find Prezi's our guy. Prezi, what up?
He called me Fabian Savage. That's all that matters. Like,
Peace
don't
to the
make
chat.
my day like that.
Nostalgic Nick. I see you in the building. Jeremy's house.
Well, Jeremy's house, what's going on? Always shows love. Let's run through these damn news real quick because, how do the people feel now? He sold us out. Jonas Valančiūnas has left the NBA after 14 seasons and officially signing a 2-year deal with EuroLeague side Žalgiris Kaunas of Lithuania. We'll get back to his punk ass in a second. We got some other news to attend to, AllBall. We'll say, gosh, but god damn. Another news, the Knicks, Jalen Brunson is the 2026 SP. He has received the 2026 SP for best NBA player. Oh my. The fronting and stunting is over. It's over with. You know, the ESPYs is on tonight. Is it on now?
Yeah.
Should be. Yeah.
8 o'clock, channel 7.
I'm not gonna look in that direction. Gonna blind me lights. The lights ain't too bright for me, Flea. Don't you do it. Anyway, you heard it here at the top of the show. You seen it. Let's put it back up there for y'all. Jonas Valančiūnas. He has signed with Lithuania. I don't know why he did that. And he did it in like, I guess it was the Euro version of LeBron. This guy's kind of funny, Flea. I didn't realize.
Headed back home. Isn't he Lithuanian?
Headed back to the CASHAPP, but he ain't had to do it like this, though. What you talking about, man?
Wait, what?
Į kurią čia žiūrėt? Sveiki, Jonas Valančiūnas, naujas puslapis Kauno Žalgirį.
So not only did he have to do all that, Jonas decided he's a James Bond villain now. And
He put a
was real?
production together.
That was
He put
real?
a production together.
dum, 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 dum. You know, I thought I was bugging, but listen here, Travis Kelce. We let you come over here and get married with your boo, and you let your little brother to play us like that. I thought I was the only one that thought Travis Kelce and this guy looked alike.
No. Hold on. That little promo, that was real?
I guess so. It looked like a real production.
Is that like a preview of Valančiūnas?
Made a decision to go to Lithuania. He had to make an announcement.
The decision is real, boy. We better not get flagged for that music either, Jonas.
I just thought you was trolling because KD said that picture was fake. So you don't know what's real or what's fake today.
Yo, OG, he bit that apple. I don't care what nobody say.
Wow,
Adam and KD.
Valančiūnas.
Damn, why you ain't say KD and Eve? You nasty.
She bit the apple. Or he bit the apple.
I'm just saying. Whatever, get back on track.
Well, officially, Jonas Valančiūnas has returned to Europe to join Žalgiris Kaunas, signing a 2-year contract worth approximately 5 million euros, which is $5.5 million. Real quick, fellas, I mean, what's your response? I mean, a lot of people were going for the whole Jonas is the official backup, but this was rumored to be where he was going to go before he even signed with Denver last year or the year before. So he got the buyout from Denver and he went back home, AllBall. And what are your thoughts about DeMario saying that he's the equalizer out there in Europe, but he left us?
Bah. I mean, he stole enough from the States, from the NBA. Now I guess he can go to his country and, build whatever out there. That's how I look at it. A lot of these guys come over here and steal money. Solid player, but to me, never lived up to the potential. Excuse me. I think at times that's these guys playing all along. It never looked like he took the game serious. And, at times I thought about, us, adding him to the crew. But then I really thought about it. He doesn't play defense. He's very slow, right? So I don't know how much better he would have made us. And I don't know how much he wanted to win a championship. I think a lot of these guys don't care about that. And I think, anyone that comes over here that plays with us or for us, they have to be special mentally, right? So for me, after a while, I didn't want Valančiūnas here, but once again, stole enough over here. Now you can take all that money and go to your country, fly under the radar, build your city, your town, wherever you're from, and live a peaceful life. So, bye. I don't think he'll be missed from the NBA. And I don't think Knicks fans is that upset or up in arms because, we are not getting Valančiūnas. I think, it's a bigger plan that we got up our sleeve. But bye, Felicia.
He said it. I was waiting for that.
I was hoping.
What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on Jonas leaving to Lithuania and not joining the New York Knicks?
Yeah, it's been nice knowing you, right? He had a lengthy NBA career. It's time. It's time. I don't see what else he's adding or bringing, to an NBA team at this point, right? The thought of him being a backup to Karl Anthony Towns, and if he was actually gonna play, if he was actually invested in winning, like OG just said, right? A lot of guys ain't really thinking about winning; they just trying to get paid. So if he's a guy that's just thinking about the bag, I'm not mad at him, but you could go home and do that. You could go back to the crib and do that. You don't have to be on anybody's NBA roster, taking up a roster spot just because you are 7 feet and a big body. No, go to the crib. They're going to love you at the crib. Go get paid. All that tax-free money over there. Go do what you do. And you know what I'm saying? And he played 13. How long did this dude play?
He made sure he gonna get that pension.
He played more than 10 years in the NBA. So
that's top of the line pension, if I'm not mistaken.
exactly, OG. So you did what you had to do. You made enough money, right? If we pocket watching, because yes, up here on Knicks Rehab, AllBall TV, we do pocket watch. Hold on, real fast. How much he made?
No, last year he was supposed to make
157 million over his career.
Ooh.
Oh wow.
Valančiūnas,
He made what?
$157 million over his career.
Valančiūnas.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. He was in a bunch of teams though. Pelicans, right? I'm on with John Morant. He was in Toronto.
I curse you out for no reason. Valančiūnas made what?
$157, OG, over his career. That's a lot of that's a lot of money. Yeah.
Moment of silence. That's what is crazy. Everybody's at a loss for words. What?
OG, in year 1, 2, 3, 4, in year 5 with Toronto, that was really when he started making money. He went 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 14. No, excuse me, 16, 15, 14, 14, $15 million. So for like almost like close to 7 years, he was making at least $14 million a year.
We just found the general manager of Ocean's 11.
Ocean's 11?
We just found Brad Pitt. He's rusty. We know Danny Ocean is the leader, but he got his partner. We just found his partner. Valančiūnas is co-star, co-leader of Ocean's 11. 157 million for his career. Good basketball. I'm not even going through that with David Smith.
David Smith. David Smith. What up, David? Nah, that's a lot of money. And I don't know how many times. I mean, he was part of those teams that were pretty decent in Toronto, right? But they could never get over the hump, right? So, I mean, I don't know. At the end of the day, yeah, you could go back to the crib if you're not still invested in trying to help an NBA team win. So, I ain't mad at it, Fabian.
Me either. Even when the rumors were there, I didn't care. I didn't understand the whole Valančiūnas thing. I get it from everyone looking for a center, but who cares? Like, he was mad. So we were busting his ass last year when he was on Denver. I don't know if you guys remember. He was on every time he got on the court, they were killing him.
Attacking.
Like, why is he in the NBA? And then we put people wanted him. I'm like, what? For what? Again. But you know what? I'm not going to diss Ryan Clark back-to-back days. Everybody's giving him props because he was, giving Brunson props. I'm going to kick Ryan Clark's back in. It's people like Ryan Clark who give you these damn comments about, he's a backup center, he's big. And we're questioning Andre Drummond still. This is a big deal. I think all of us would say that.
There real quick, Fabian. I thought the same thing because I was getting my years mixed up. But Valančiūnas is not a champion. I don't believe so. He wasn't on that Toronto team when they won.
That was Marc Gasol and them guys, right?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
I don't believe Valančiūnas was on that team.
If he was, who cares? Give him 3 rings. I wouldn't care. He ain't worth that.
But even bringing up that name, Marc Gasol in Toronto was still serviceable. Like whatever he was, he was still
he was
very,
amazing.
very
he was great. He was great.
Agree, Fabian.
Yeah.
This guy ain't that. Like even the offensive guy. Really gonna miss him. He might do more damage to us.
Marc Gasol could pass. He still was a solid defender at that time. He was a great leader, great teammate. So yeah, Fabian.
They put that team together well.
Yeah, that Marc Gasol effect. Wow. Now thinking about it, if we could get, a center to have that type of effect, that's plus. And yeah, Valančiūnas definitely wasn't doing that.
Even someone like Nurkic, who is, of course, he's soft, but I think he's better than what Valančiūnas called because just off the pick and roll. But I don't see what is I didn't get the whole deal with Valančiūnas. Go punk them dudes in Europe. What did this guy say? It's harder to score over there.
Nurk right now is better than Valančiūnas right now. Whether you like Nurk or not, he's better than Valančiūnas right now.
I don't even like him, Flea. I do
That's
not
what
like
I'm saying.
Nurkic.
A lot of people don't like Nurk for whatever reason, but I think if you're just being objective and talking about this game, I think he's better than Valančiūnas right now.
Well,
But just real quick, just stay right here, right? Because I would love to hear, how the chat feels, right? How do y'all feel that, when we talked about Nurkic, some of us, wasn't high on it, but it was like, okay, that's something to deal with, especially if you could get him for the vet minimum. Maybe he could be serviceable. I mean, how does the chat feel about us now not being able to get Nurkic? And just, I want to ask y'all a question while the chat gives us their answer. Was that a smart move by Valančiūnas? Because it was the Knicks, understanding the pressure that, if you come here and don't win, just the amount of disrespect. And by the way, y'all, in real time, ESPYs, Jalen Brunson gets his award. In real time.
What did he just win?
They about to put it up right now. Because, I got it on mute, but I don't have the captions on. Hopefully, they didn't even put it across the screen. It got to be NBA player, best NBA player, I would guess.
Player of the year.
I think athlete or something else of the years later on. Best championship performance. Jalen Brunson wins the award. Real time, y'all. Best championship performance. Jalen Brunson wins the award. Hopefully, that's one of many tonight.
Yeah, I don't think you can go wrong with that. I think that's right on the money.
Immaculate Addict said Knicks jersey too heavy for Jonas to wear. And we know our guy, Jalen Brunson, he's going to the ESPYs getting awards. Real quick, but how do you feel about that, old boy? Because you always say there's an agenda against the Knicks. What's it now? He's nominated for a bunch of stuff. All these guys are glazing him. Told you about how I feel about these dudes that really want to glaze the story. This is pretty good promotion for our guy.
Yeah, I mean, and I would love to hear your opinion. For years, I've been saying I think it always was agenda against the Knicks, but I think you got to give the fan base, guys like us, just Knicks fans all over the world, platforms, outlets, media outlets, like we made sure the world heard us, right? We made sure that the spotlight was on the Knicks. And I think Brunson, Cat, and those guys, they forced the world to respect him. I think sometimes you could try to cheat someone, but if they ain't going for it, it ain't going to work. And I think the fan base, the city, they willed this championship. They willed this team, and they willed the world to respect us. So I think the ESPYs and everyone knows there's nowhere in the world that the Knicks doesn't win multiple awards tonight. Whether it's best team of the year, like I said, Brunson with best championship performance, you couldn't ignore it. It was so loud, it was so great that you have no choice to be like, yo, I know we don't want to, but if we don't, it's going to look too crazy. So for me, I got to give the fan base big kudos. Of course, the players get the credit because they're on the floor. But what we did as a fan base, the Knicks fan base, I think that right there is what set the precedent and made everybody understand what the hell is going on. This is something special, and you got to respect it.
What you thinking, Flea?
No, I mean, the Knicks were in a position where they had to take the respect because we were never, ever, ever going to be given the respect that we rightfully earned, right? And so now they've put everybody in a position, whether you dislike the Knicks, whether you don't like the Knicks, right? I ran into the store earlier today and had a Knicks hoodie on, and lady said, yo, I like your hoodie. She wasn't from New York. She just liked the fact that I was in there repping New York and they just won. And it's like, it's a dope moment for everybody. So nobody can laugh anymore. We can't be the butt of the joke, right? You got to give us the respect, whether you want to or not. and we took it. And I just love the fact that now it's, we're reaping the benefits and the rewards, right? Everybody is talking about Jalen Brunson the way they need to be talking about him. Wherever you have him, whatever kind of conversation is being had, like you say, Fabian, all the time, if you're in the conversation, then you're doing something right. So he's in the conversation, and OG has had him in the conversation for the last 4 seasons. And so now this is really the culmination of everything that this young man has worked on, and the Knicks, right? Like his success and the Knicks' success has been going hand in hand, right? He took a leap when he came over to us. So I just think it's well deserved. It's a beautiful moment, and they earned this. I love this.
Great stuff, Jalen. We'll get back to that in a second. We got some other bochincha to get to. We were just talking about Jonas Valančiūnas signing with Lithuania in the Euro League, and some options out there. I said Nurkic, but I know Nurkic re-signed a deal, I think, with Utah. And Sam Quinn. Is he from CBS? He's from somewhere. Sorry, Sam Quinn. He floated out an idea of a guy that we've gone back and forth about, especially in the playoffs after we saw him against the rival team, the Miami Heat, who traded Khalil Ware for Jonas. But according to Sam Quinn, it might be possible for the Knicks to go get Khalil Ware. According to Sam Quinn, yes, CBS Sports Sam Quinn, he floated Milwaukee Bucks center Khalil Ware as a trade target, despite the fact that he was just the key asset in the Giannis Antetokounmpo trade. This is my ultra-aggressive backup center idea for the Knicks. Offer the Bucks a 2032 swap and a 2033 unprotected first for Khalil Ware. CAA guy, 2 cheap years left, ultra talented, get him in a winning culture, try to develop him into the long term for once Hart ages out. Of course, Leon Rose is at the helm with the Knicks organization. They continue to write. His team will always be linked to any and every CAA client, a sports agency Rose was associated with for his entire career before taking the reins in New York. So Sam Quinn is there floating the idea of Khalil Ware, if it's possible, being traded that way, and just obviously super talented, but we were mixed on what we thought about him in the playoffs, AllBall. What are your thoughts about the Knicks going after Khalil Ware and taking him away from the rebuilding Milwaukee Bucks?
I think the Knicks need to go all in and do whatever it takes to get Khalil Ware. If we can get Ware and start him at center, now Cat is comfortable at the 4, now Josh Hart comes off the bench, I think now we're talking dynasty. Yeah. I think at that point we can run 2-3 of them things. So, I think the Valančiūnas thing, that's beautiful that we didn't do that, right? Because this weird thing is serious. It's been some rumblings about this, some rumors about this for maybe about a week or close to a week now, right? And, I think Milwaukee, listen, we need to figure out a way to fleece them. Seriously. I think Khalil Ware is the player that we need. Of course, he's not better than Mitchell Robinson defensively, but he's offense. He can rebound and he can defend the rim. And like I said, it pushes Cat to the 4 where he's way more comfortable. Now Cat doesn't have the pressure to have to guard the big men, right? So now he can stay on the floor, not get all those silly fouls. Now OG is at the 3. OG is going to give those threes terror. So I think, for me, if I'm the Knicks, if I'm the front office, listen, I think you try to make this happen ASAP. ASAP. I think you need to be on the phone with Milwaukee and you need to try to fleece them. Whatever they need. Of course, you're not going to give up the call, nothing crazy. But you need to try to make this happen. And I'm going to say it again. If we can get Ware, and he's at the 5, Cat is at the 4, OG at the 3, Bridges at the 2, Brunson at the 1, and now we got Hart coming off the bench with Drummond and Shamit and GTA, all these other guys. To me, that now makes us, it's not even close, the way better team in the East. And I think we can run 2-3 championships. I think this young man adds that. What we just talked about, Marc Gasol with Toronto, that effect, and I'm not saying he's Marc Gasol because Gasol was a very smart player, can pass the basketball. But I'm just saying the effect he would have for us, because that position, what he brings to the table is what we're missing. Just imagine if Mitchell Robinson had anything offensively. So I think, for me, this is a move that I would love. And if I'm the Knicks, make this happen. If you can, make it happen. Even if you have to overpay a little bit, I would do my best to get Ware over here.
Wait, what are you thinking? I mean, obviously, like AllBall was saying, he's super talented. But again, we were going back and forth about this kid, his effort, his talent, his skill, the conflict that we were, just all of us, talking about going through during the playoffs. What are your thoughts on him not being able to really go through Heat culture and elevate there? He's in Milwaukee getting a new start. Should the Knicks give him a new start in New York?
I like the idea of bringing him over for sure. I don't know. Obviously, me and OG not gonna agree. I don't know if I would insert him into the starting lineup, right, and now shift everybody down a spot. We just won a championship with that starting five. I don't know if I would want to mix that up with a young guy like that. If he was a little more seasoned, if he understood the game a little more, he had a little more, as a fan, if I trusted him, I don't know how much trust Mike Brown will have in him. Then that's different. But still a guy, he's going into his third year. I think the biggest thing for me when I looked at him last season from the season before is, like OG just said, he rebounds, right? Aside from being a guy that can shoot the ball and all that stuff, he almost upped his rebounds, 2 rebounds per game from his rookie year to his second season. That's a big difference. Going from 7 rebounds to 9 rebounds a game, that's a big difference. If he's a guy that's going to do that, for me, I love that. I don't care if you're going to do anything else, because everything else is gravy, right? You can shoot the ball already. Obviously, you're going to be an offensive help, but I want you to be that guy that's going to be a defensive threat and be able to rebound the ball. He already blocks shots at a pretty average rate. He averages about 1 block a game, but still, for me, he's young. He's still raw. If he's a guy that's going to be teachable and coachable and come in here and fit right in, listen, I'm in total agreement on trying to get him in here. Now, the only thing for me is how do we make that happen? Right? Those 2 picks, that's fleecing. Like OG said, those 2032 and 2033 picks, and we just gonna give that to them and they're gonna take that. I mean, that's just bending over, like, excuse me, that's ridiculous. Like, what are they doing? They take that. That's that's real freaky. Like, nah, they're gonna. If I'm Milwaukee, I wouldn't just give up Khalil Ware, because I could just see how good of a basketball player he's going to be. That's something you're going to have to build around with him. But if they're willing to part ways with him for 2 second-round picks, like,
I mean,
I know immaculate addicts. I'm just saying that's nasty. Like,
but can I ask y'all a question? Can we add a deuce or a player to sweeten the deal?
I wouldn't be upset with that.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not, like I said,
wouldn't be upset with that.
I would love to hear what Fabian had to say. You made a great point. I'm never saying break up the 5. Nowhere near. I'm just saying, how can we sweeten the deal to get this done? Fabian, what do you think?
It sounds good. I mean, we talked about how he wasn't playing, I think it was his minutes and stuff last year, that we looked at it and we were like, I don't know. Like, how many minutes did he play last season? 22 minutes a game? He scored 11 points, so that's the half a point per minute. He averaged 9 rebounds a game, which is crazy in 22 minutes. Almost 3 offensive rebounds.
How many games did he play?
77 games. He started 34. He blocked 1 shot in 22 minutes of action.
You said 3 offense. He averaged 3 offensive rebounds.
2.8.
That's 3. We go up.
34 game start. He had beef with Eric Spoelstra. He kind of resistant to Eric Spoelstra's style. I'm not sure if that means anything, because the thing about Tibbs that I liked was that he filtered everyone's BS. If you were not wanting to work hard to go get on that court, he saw right through you. And I don't know if anybody really failed. I think Obi Toppin is the only one, and Grimes kind of beefing with him because Dante got in there, and there was a reason why you benched Grimes. But Obi Toppin was always like, damn, maybe he should start next to Randall. But even he was a little frustrated with the process. But everybody else thrived under Tibbs, including Cat, who came over here, who reportedly, documented wise, they kissed and made up. They had beef. So I'm not sure if Khalil Ware is willing to go take that on. Tibbs is not here, of course, but we're gonna have to want to make sacrifices. What the hell are you beefing about over there in Miami? Like, what was Eric Spoelstra was saying? He's in love with the three too much. Is he? I don't know if he's a great defender either. We didn't see that. That didn't pop up off the screen. One block a game was like, okay, it looks like weak side defense to me. He does seem mobile, agile, all that. But for him
at 7 feet, he took three threes a game. He attempted 3 threes a game
in 22 minutes. So imagine if you play 30 minutes, 35 minutes. That means you're taking 5-6 threes a game.
You want that from him?
I mean, with that weight, yeah, why not? He shot 39.
Nah, I'm just asking. Yeah,
he's damn near shot 40% from three though. 39. That's not bad.
Nah, it's not.
You could shoot 10 of them things as long as you spread the floor. But if it's like, all right, so let's say it's him and Cat out there, who's going into that paint to really? Are you going to get them offensive rebounds? Like now, that's what changes everything, because Cat isn't a willing paint guy, and Khalil Ware doesn't. He's too light in the ass, man. It seemed like a great project, but when Mitchell Robinson was here, the one thing that we saw from day one, it was like, yo, this looks kind of crazy. He's really going from side to sideline to sideline, north and south, east to west, guarding everybody. I don't know if Khalil Ware really showed that. So it's still a risk. I'm not willing to throw everything for him, though. Why risk everything for him who's still a project? If we can get him on a cheat, and we could do like some Leon Rose tactic where he starts beefing with Milwaukee for whatever reason, I'll do that. Do that, Leon Rose. Start some ish over there in Milwaukee, and come over here. Is that why he was really beefing where he was supposed to? Oh, wait a minute. Was my hat? Sorry, AllBall.
No. I'm just saying, for me, I don't understand us as Knicks fans. You know, we need to make up our minds. We need a big man, and when we talk about give up, what are we giving up for him? Deuce and some picks? No disrespect, but like at this point, we got to forget about Mitchell Robinson. It's over. We're not going to get no one to do what he did. It's like if the Bulls lost Dennis Rodman, bro, it's over. You ain't going to get nobody to do that. We ain't going to get nobody to do what Big Mitch did. We got to let that go. That ship has sailed. This young man, if we can get him, and he's still young, he's still on a cheap roster, and we can get everything out of him for the next 2-3 years and get another championship or two, I think that's what you think about. And if we don't have to give up much, like I said, if it's Deuce and 2 picks, if it's Deuce and another young player in those 2 picks, and we get a guy like this, that's a legit 7-footer that can rebound the basketball and that can stretch the floor, for me, I think it should be a done deal if it's possible. Like I said, if we can get him like that, I think he puts us at a whole nother level, because we do need a big man. And think about it. Some of us was okay if we got Valančiūnas. Not saying, we would have loved it, but we were a little bit excited. Like, oh, Valančiūnas waivers. We can go get him. So now you telling me if we can get Khalil Ware, we're going to make excuses to not get him? I just think this is a perfect situation, and I think he makes us that much better. And I think this is the move that Flea always talked about after a team wins a championship. What can you do to tweak that roster to upgrade to where you can attempt to go back-to-back or win another championship, especially us losing Mitchell Robinson and Huck Porty? I think this here makes all the sense. I think out of everything we talked about, filling that roster spot or making a move because we need a big man, I think this right here, for what we can get him for, I think is a perfect situation. And I think Mike Brown is that friendly coach that's going to have him buy in. I think with Miami, I just think it was toxic. And, I think if this young man gets around Brunson and Cat and these guys, and he knows he's competing for a championship, maybe his mindset would change. But I would love the move.
Oh, let's not forget, there are some. We have to be careful with how we perform with these salary caps, and I don't even know what the hell his situation is. I think he is cheap. Khalil Ware's contract. Alan Hahn was on Knicks Fan TV speaking about the second apron.
This is a hard cap. That's what it is. They're claiming it's not, but it really is, because it's not just the money anymore. It's also what it does to your roster, what it frees your assets. All right, you want to talk finance? It freezes your assets. And when I say assets, I'm talking about draft picks, the ability to make moves. You are frozen as a franchise when you do this. And I also think, when it comes to Jim Dolan's decision to do this, I think he's also looking at it as a way of telling the league in this decision to do this stuff is, I'm tired of giving my money to other franchises. Why am I being penalized? And Mitch is a great example. I draft well, and I have to make choices about who I'm paying because that $300 million that this player's worth in his next max contract, because he hit all the things that he needed to hit, he's done everything right. I drafted him, developed him. He's become a great player. He's done everything right. But because now he's worth X, that X is X times 3 as I build a championship team. That penalizes me. My own draft picks should not be liable or should not be counted under the second apron rules. If I bring a player in a trade and then have to give him a contract, if I sign a player as a free agent and then we get over the second apron, different story.
Yeah.
But if I draft well, watch Oklahoma City too. That's gonna get weird in Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
Because they got a new building they're coming into. They just spent a ton of money on. And they've got a lot of good players. They've drafted well, and he's got a ton of first-round picks that he's going to have to start figuring out. What am I doing with all these picks? And I've got to keep moving guys out when they're time to get paid and keep certain guys. That's a lot of turnover, and it's staying out of the second apron for a small market team like that, who is, by the way, getting money from other franchises. But at some point, you got to get frustrated. I'm drafting well. I'm drafting all NBA players, all NBA selection players. And I'm getting penalized times 3? That doesn't make sense. It doesn't.
That was Alan Hahn talking about the second apron, how it's affecting the Knicks and the NBA. And I don't know, he's making Clearware sign a $20 million deal for 4 years. So he's making around an average of $5 million. I'm not sure if that got boosted up. But I think his agents would know better than we do about his situation in Miami and what really went on. I would thankfully this is part of the whole deal. The Zion admitted it live on TV. I thought I'd be in New York by now, and he was a number one pick. Khalil Ware was late in the first round, so I get that connection. But I still wasn't a big fan of Zion. You're not playing. Why? Khalil Ware's not showing the effort. So I'm not going to go all in on somebody who doesn't show the effort. That's why I was questioning about Cat. Yeah, I was wrong about him, but it took him a while to still step it up. It took him 2 playoffs with us to step it up. Khalil Ware, you still got to show me way more than what you've been showing. Even though, isn't he a late first round pick or early second round pick? I remember him being...
He went 15. He's
15?
top 20. Yeah, he's top 20 pick.
Got to show me way more in terms of effort. You can shoot a bunch of threes, 19, 20, with 22 minutes. It'll be his 3rd year in the league, though. So he's about to show out in Milwaukee, and we're going to see him way more playing time, it looks like, for being over there, because he ain't got nothing to worry about. Who the hell's playing in front of him?
I mean, we got to entice. If we really want him, we got to entice Milwaukee to move him, because I think that he would be a piece that they would think about trying to build around if they looking at the type of potential he has. OG is right. That's a piece that just It's a tweak because we lost 2 pieces. Whether we think that they're big pieces or not, yes, we got to get over that. But that doesn't mean we have to act like we could just move on without replacing them or without putting somebody in place that can do other things. That's the concern right now. All right. Mitch is spilled milk right now. We can't cry over that. But we have to like think about doing something and not just look at the backup center position as something that is not important. You know what I'm saying? Like that has to be looked at as, yo, that's something important. So I think we need to be aggressive on it. We need to be aggressive at the backup center position, period. Like, again, I like Drummond. Drummond is cool. But what are we going to bring in there that can really give us serviceable minutes? We're going to ask Drummond to do a lot. We'll see with him. But who can we bring in there? And I think a younger guy would be nice. The Khalil Ware was a good thought. Diabate, I know we like him. I'm sure, Charlotte is not doing nothing with him. I see Jamrock talking about Musa Cisse. I remember when he was in high school out here in Houston, the Houston area. I ran into him in Walmart. I looked up at him. His pops is telling me, he's like, yo, he gonna be in the NBA one day. I thought his dad was lying. I swear to God, y'all. Swear to God. He said my son's name is Musa Cisse. I was like, okay, word. But he's a young guy. He's young. He's athletic. He's kind of like the same type player as Diabate. But again, it has to be a young big. I think, OG. That's what I think is that piece. Again, we want ball handling. We want guys that can guard multiple positions, but some athleticism, a big that could run the floor and has something on the offensive end. I think that would be perfect for us.
I mean, he keeps us young. He's athletic, and we can get him for the cheap at this point. Before a couple years come up, and then now you're gonna have to give him 20 a year. I just feel like. Listen, I think it's the perfect move, especially if we don't have to give up nowhere near our core, right? Love Deuce, but listen, if there's going to be some casualties, right? And I think this guy here can have that Marc Gasol effect on the Toronto Raptors for us. And we really need to figure out the move that can keep us in contention, because I really think, and I know I said it months ago, and Fabian, they laughed at me, but I'm like, yo, if we make the right moves, we can become a dynasty. In the next 4 years, if we could win 2, go to multiple finals, I think it's very possible. But we have to make moves like this, just subtle moves that it doesn't, deteriorate the roster. It doesn't mess with our depth, and we get guys for the cheap. So I just think this move is perfect. Keeps us young, and he gives us some athleticism that we need drastically, because we're not a very athletic team, right? So I just think it's a good move.
It's a good move. You get him for cheap the way y'all paying it. I don't like that guy just made that up. That's what I'm saying. Like, if it's just Deuce for him, of course, that's a no-brainer. Same amount of money.
Deuce and Diawara and a couple picks.
I don't think they're doing that, because that's $8 million.
I'm asking.
I'm not doing that.
Okay.
I'm not doing that. Now you're losing 2 more pieces that actually play basketball. That's again, now we're going after the depth, which I don't really mind, but now you're losing Deuce and Diawara, who play the perimeter. So now we're losing. So who's gonna fill in for Bridges, OG, or Brunson?
Okay.
Like,
I'll just, I don't even know if that works. I was just,
we still got
too much money.
If we need to sweeten
Alvarado.
Right, if we need to sweeten
I don't think
the deal
that's
is what I'm saying.
Nah, I think Deuce was serviceable. Like, Deuce and Shammy were serviceable. I think Alvarado is serviceable at times, but they all are sometimey. But they're role players like that. But I think if it's as simple as y'all making it seem like, then I think that's Deuce for him straight up is ill. And even though a swap, whatever the hell they're talking about, that's when it gets like, what the hell is a swap? That sounds like something you do at the doctor. Like, these things be confusing me, man. What are y'all talking about? But I like the kid's talent and the fact that TAA is involved. I mean, it makes me buy in, because Diabate is more ready right now. He's more ready to impact any game right now. We haven't seen that from where.
Charlotte ain't letting him go, though. I don't think Charlotte is letting him go. And I think, to me, no disrespect, Milwaukee ain't a great organization. So I'm going, why not try to fleece them? Charlotte has something going, right? Diabate, listen, I don't think that's gonna happen, but I think the probability of us getting where, besides, compared to Diabate, I think we have a better chance getting where, especially not having to give up as much for Diabate. Especially like I told y'all, for me, listen, if we could run 2-3 in the next 4-5 years, I don't understand why we don't go all in on that. I worry about 2031, 32 when they get here. We in 26 going into 27. That's 5 years from now. We need to take advantage of what we have going. And like I said, Fabian Fleet has always said it, and he's been correct. This is why teams don't go back to back, because they don't make the proper upgrades. They don't be aggressive when they can make that move that just makes the team that much better, especially when we need a big man.
I don't think teams can. That's what Adam Silver wants.
But that's where the second apron comes in, OG. Yeah. And that's where you got to be creative with making the right move, right? I hear what you're saying. Be creative now. You a GM, like, earn your money, do your job. But at the same time, the league is starting to try to hamstring them with, with that second apron deal. It's dicey. We had 8 different champions over the last 8 years. It's insane. That's not what everybody in the chat, all of us kind of grew up on. We grew up on dynasties. We grew up on, teams win one and then they win another one to solidify that first one. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how it kind of used to be. Now it's very different, and it puts teams in a position where they got to be creative. Yeah. I was looking at it real quick, OG. The McBride for wear straight up works. Straight up.
Yeah. I mean, this is where, like y'all said, that second apron, I love how y'all broke that down and Fabian played that video. But then when you get opportunities like this, you have to take advantage. That's all I'm saying. I'm not, like I said, I love Deuce, like homegrown, but we're trying to win championships.
Yeah, you can't fall in love. Yeah.
Deuce can't do what he does. Like, he's naturally, even though he's not a great defender yet, dog, a 7-footer like that, he's gonna shoot over everybody. He's and he could potentially have us going bananas. That alley-oop from half court, Rap Rucker. He's 7. Is he really 7'4"? Am I bugging?
Where?
He's
I think he's a legit 7 foot, but he's got like a 7'4" wingspan though, or something like that.
Okay, that's what. All right, I read that wrong. I'm sorry, guys. I can't even read. LOL. Am I that old?
Hey, listen. Somebody, Jamrock said they want a first round pick too. If we got to attach a first round pick with the Deuce move,
take it,
bro. To bring him in, I don't think that's awful. I don't think we're gonna be upset. I don't think we're gonna regret that.
What first round pick? Like, you understand what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, we gave a lot away.
Yeah. No, not that. Who we drafted in the first round? We trade all our first round picks anyway. You gotta take that. Now I'm on board. You got me, fellas. I'm on board.
But let's stay right here, because I think this is a great conversation. I know you want to move forward, but just 2 minutes. Remember what we talked about the other day? We don't develop plays, right? So no disrespect. Like, a lot of our draft picks, if we can't move them, right, to get guys like this. Remember, we just had a good first round pick, and I'm hoping maybe in a couple of days we do another video. That young man in LA is looking real good. He's looking very good over there. That kid called.
But why do you keep saying we don't develop our young guys when you want Wade to come here? And we got Brunson and these guys, they developed under us, like, from wherever they started at. I mean, Deuce has trade value now. That was under us. So it's like, you can't. I'm a little confused by that. If they're in a position where you go, we're going to offer you Deuce McBride for Khalil Ware, which, by the way, sounds nuts. But he's able to get to that point because he developed here.
I don't think we develop guys as well as everyone else does. And the time that it takes for guys to develop under us, I'm talking about guys that you draft, right? Brunson signed here. Cat traded. I'm talking about guys we drafted. We cannot give you a handful of guys that turned into good players, all stars, all NBA, anything. I'm just saying we don't have 5 to 6, 7 years to develop no one. We need to try to win now. And if there's opportunities out there, like a Ware, I'm trading my first round pick that's 4, 5 years from now. If I can win a championship or two in the next 2 to 4 years, that's all I'm saying. That's it.
Jamrock is saying our next pick we can trade is 2032. Bye. Bye, little. What is he? 14 right now?
He's in 6th grade. He's in 6th grade right now. Wherever he's at. Yeah, listen. I'm gonna leave with this because I gotta jump. The Knicks gotta be aggressive, right? And gotta be smart in what they do in the offseason. Right. Yes, we do need to celebrate. We do need to have fun. But guess what? Let us do that. Right. Like y'all get back. Let us do that. We'll celebrate all summer long. Nobody is going to forget that the New York Knicks won the 2026 NBA championship because the fans are not going to let this live down. It's never going to be lived down. But y'all got to get back to work. And all I'm saying is to be able to repeat in an era of today really, really shows like it's going to set you apart from any other team that has won a championship within the last decade. I just feel like it is. And maybe they're not the last decade, but within the last 8 years or so, 7 years, it's going to show like, yo, they were really able to like get back to it. My dad is in the building. Oh, Daddy, yo, what up, baby?
OG
Flea.
Yeah, like you if they're able to do that, yo, that really, really sets them apart. And so, like OG is saying, you got to, if you can make a move, right? If you could upgrade the roster, upgrade the roster. If you can make a tweak here, make a tweak here, because the Knicks got a bullseye on their back, and it's not easy to repeat in this era. And if they're able to do it, that's really going to set us apart. Then they really ain't going to be able to tell us nothing. Fellas, I'll call y'all later.
All right. Have a good one.
Everybody say good night to Flea.
Say good night to Flea, baby.
Favorite, we made 2 first-round picks the last 5 years. Yes. That's why we should trade 2032. Well, this is a championship team right now. That's what they're playing for. To all their great points. We're here now where we're saying, yo, if you're in championship contention, what can you do with the second apron around, the hard cap, as people are calling it now, to add to that? And guess what? If it wasn't for us, there would be nothing. This would not be interesting whatsoever. So, AllBall, it's going so crazy that Knicks haters, they want to be a part of this? Matt Damon. I don't know what this is. Hopefully you guys don't get me because I'm gonna.
Spider-Man.
Is that who that is?
Yeah, that's Spider-Man.
I don't know anymore.
When the Knicks won, I went out into the street with my kids, and it was like being in a musical. Like the cops and the firefighters were hugging each other. It was like unbelievable. Like the most, and I was like, maybe the world should be like this.
That's right.
Like it felt like everyone was about to break into some like horrible number, you know? I mean, even as a Celtics fan, it was impressive. It was a lot of joy. Yeah. But when the Knicks.
Oh, real quick, that must be the cast of that big movie coming out this weekend.
Big movie. That's the Odyssey.
The Odyssey.
Hold on. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, that's the cast of the Odyssey.
AllBall. My son's middle name is Achilles.
Wow.
You know I'm gonna go watch that movie.
Wow.
I love that story. Has always been what always stood out to me was, you know, in a movie, it wasn't the greatest movie, but it was always hard for because when I was a kid, I remember I didn't even read the book. I just knew his story and how he was actually soft in the book, but in the movie, you hear his mom always talk about like, yo,
Troy with Brad
Troy.
Pitt.
I'm sorry, right? Troy with Brad Pitt, and his mom tells him like, yo, you can stay here. You're gonna be a legend. You're gonna be remembered for generations, and then eventually they'll forget your name. But if you go to that war, they'll remember your name forever. And the fact that your Achilles heel and the name has still lasted forever was always like, yo, damn, was that true? So I don't know if they had stories like that back in the day that were myths, and I know everything can be religious, but I always thought that was dope. So I thank you for reminding me. I forgot that he was in the movie because that's
looks
Christopher
like,
Nolan.
Yeah, that's the whole cast of the Odyssey. Once I saw the other people, that's the cast. So of course that's promotion for the movie this weekend. But I just think those movies are the best movies, like the Bravehearts, the Gladiators. It's just unbelievable to know what human beings were capable of doing, man. Like it's just insane. So yeah. But just real quick, I love that clip because what we've always been saying, when the Knicks win, the world is a better place. And you cannot ignore how just incredible it was. And come on, man, for my guy Jason Bourne to be like, yo, I'm a Boston fan, but I was at that. I seen it. I watched it. It was crazy. And he had to be a part of it. So that's why I said, man, just imagine, is the world ready if we go back to back? I don't know if the world is ready for that. Just imagine what y'all saw times 2. I'm going to say it again. Just imagine what you saw times 2. They may have to have a parade. This might be the first time, Fabian, where a parade is 2 days. If we go back to back. The OG, the Oracle has spoken. I see the color red. That's big money.
What you see? What you see, AllBall? Oh!
But hold on. Big shout out Iris Miller. Give us some gunshots. Okay with Iris. Baby girl right there. Iris Miller, thank you for your $10. Knicks are on the map as a good NBA team and no longer the joke of the NBA. You guys are the best and I enjoy the show. Keep it going. Iris Miller, we enjoy you as well. Thank you. Come on now. Iris Miller there throwing her gunshots. Yeah, but big dog. Never the little one, as Flea would say.
OG Ramsey, last time I felt this confident about the front office is when the Knicks traded for Dave DeBusschere, which set up a 4-year run. This front office has done the same thing. Champs in the second year. Plan is already in effect for 2 more years.
Hey, Fabian, but hold on. Let me say something about OG Junami. What up, Brooklyn's finest? Cat Eyes, what up? Big shout out to the members. Y'all see the Cash App, y'all. ABTV. Cash App. ABTV. I see the Instagram channel. AllBall TV 3_. We need y'all to support that channel because I think you need 1,000 followers to go live. So we need y'all to support that channel and please hit that like button. Share, like, subscribe. Become a member. Tell your friends become a member. But the least you can do is subscribe to the channel. We are at 15,000. Let's get this thing to 20 and keep it going. But Fabian, OG knows what he be talking about. That's why I call him the Oracle. He knows about the second apron. He knows about the contracts. And he breaks everything down. So when OG talks about the front office and we'll be champs in the second year, he may know something we don't know. And I would like to ask OG Ramsey, how do you feel about us trading for where? How do you like that move? Right? Does it make sense? The picks, Deuce. How do you feel about that? But yeah, big shout out to the chat, man. Love y'all.
AllBall, a lot of talk about the back-to-back. You saw what Matt Damon said about joining his fan base. He sounded like someone, as a Celtics fan, who hates our guts. Phil Jackson cursed him out on the bench. That was hilarious for rooting for the Celtics during the championship. But there are other people who are still hating, and they were in the finals. We beat them down. AllBall, enough of the shenanigans. Now we have the assistant coach, Sean Sweeney, who's now the Orlando Magic coach. He had this to say about the New York Knicks beating his Spurs.
Do you think you'll ever watch that finals again? Absolutely no. I have I don't lose a lot of sleep over games. I've lost a lot of sleep over that series. Yeah, not fun. But thanks for bringing it up.
I have more thoughts.
Please, let's dive in. We're already here.
The right answer, and a simple answer would be, if I asked you what happened, you just go, Jalen Brunson happened. So I would accept that as an answer. If I wanted another answer, what happened?
I think a few things. One, I think there's a little attrition having to go through the previous series. Two, bad luck. You know, they told me if the games were like 46 minutes or whatever, we would have won 4-1. Jalen obviously had a monster game in that last one. You know, coached him in Dallas, like happy for him, kind of. But like, I think there's some of that. And I think we just made more mistakes than we had made in the previous series. And you could maybe say some youth to that, but like, you don't do what you did and just all of a sudden become young. The one thing I think that's a little different in the finals than the other rounds is when you have to do media in the finals, you have to answer questions even when you've played poorly or struggled. And you don't have to do that in the previous rounds. You know, those guys, like, all year, if they have a longer media session, it's because they've done something good. Like, you don't have 15 minutes of answering, like, why didn't you make this play? Are you too young? Are you guys on the same page? What do you think about coach's decision? So I think that's like a different deal, and can obviously contribute to it. But then, like you said, Jalen Brunson happened is probably a good answer too.
What do we just watch and listen to? And he has a head coaching job in the NBA?
My thoughts exactly.
What?
My thoughts exactly.
Sam
How the
Cassell
hell is
can't
he a
get job?
coach? So
Rondo can't get a job? Like, what?
oh, bull. You know what's really funny? That sounds eerily familiar to some other coaches in the Eastern Conference. Let's not forget this.
Analytically, I think we've won the I said 3 out of 3. We're 2 out of 3 in the expected. I don't know if you guys follow that. It was an expected score, you know, and we won 2 out of 3. And I know you're looking confused, but
I'm not.
there is really, you know, if you believe in the process and all that, like, man, so, you know, take that layer. I know I don't throw that on them. I see it for myself. I'm like, man, we have this feeling. I have this feeling. Then I can go to our analytical table and be like, man, we are. You know, last night it was the expected score was like 1 point or 2. Us shooting way below expected, them shooting way over. You know. I know no one wants to hear that. I think you guys like hearing it. I know, you know, general public, no one wants to hear that. Everyone's outcome based. And, you know.
Let me explain something. This is why they need AllBall and media. Because when he said you look confused, you'd have heard my voice go, yeah, I am confused. What are you talking about? Like, they need some people in this media to tell the truth. Fabian, these guys are head coaches of NBA teams that are worth billions of dollars.
Oh, boy. Analytically, the Cavaliers are still battling the San Antonio Spurs in the NBA Finals, who are led by this guy, Wemby, who, let's not forget, in December, what he said about our Knicks.
And Vic, when you think about this New York Knicks squad, man, tough squad, you know, one of the top starting fives in all the association, what's going to be one of the keys to winning that game?
Definitely matching the physicality, running the floor, and rebounding after guarding them in the half court. You know, it's they don't play a brand of basketball as sophisticated as the Miami Heat or the Thunder, but like the physicality is top in the league, so it's a very tough team to play against.
That was back in December. The unsophisticated style of basketball that we played that he couldn't solve in 4 or 5 games. Also, the unsophisticated style of basketball that we brought to the table. Let's not forget Sean Sweeney, Wemby, all you guys that's supposed to be veterans. Shout out to Tommy Beer because he put out a nice quick reminder, AllBall. Stop playing games with these people. In the final 9 minutes and 30 seconds of the fourth quarter of Game 4 of the 2026 NBA Finals, Jose Alvarado had 8 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 3-pointers, a plus 19 in the plus-minus department. Victor Wembanyama, in the last 9.5 minutes of Game 4, had 2 points, 0 rebounds, 0 assists, 0 3-pointers, and a minus 21 in the plus-minus. Let's not forget when he tried to call out Mitchell Robinson doing this because Mitch smacked him upside his chin and he thought he had the upper hand on us.
Put that up there again, please.
For the stats?
Yes. Right. No. Yeah. Right. So in how many? What's the? It was in the fourth. What was the game?
9.5 minutes in the fourth quarter.
So Game 4. Game 4. Basically, almost the whole fourth quarter. The best player in the world that people say, or the second best player in the NBA, the best two-way player in the world at 7'5" got outplayed in the NBA Finals in the fourth quarter by a 5'11" guard. Let that sink in. Fabian, this is the problem with the Spurs. They are too full of themselves. That's the problem. That's why they lost. What Josh Hart said, after they beat OKC in that Game 7, they celebrated as if they won the championship already. And remember, they said that's what happened with us when we finally beat Boston. We just looked past Indiana. The San Antonio Spurs, that organization, that coaching staff, and those players, well, some of them, even when you watch them play us in the finals, you know, Harp and those guys had a great series, but every play, they score, they yelling in your face, they bragging, they boasting. They are too full of themselves, and it doesn't make any sense. And when you see the coaches talk and act like that, now I see why the players act like that. And you know what? I'm going to say something. The Spurs better humble themselves because you may not never win a championship. And this is why Greg Popovich is very important on that sideline, because he wouldn't go for none of that. It was a simple answer. What happened in that finals? Jalen Brunson. They outworked us. They outplayed us. And when you see a stat like that, our guys have to play better. Fabian, we're a young team as well. Do people not realize that? We may not be as young as the Spurs, but we're not an old team. We have some young guys. So I just don't like how the Spurs carry themselves. I don't like their confidence, their bravado. They haven't done anything. And it just goes to show you, when the coaches talk like that, Barney Rubble, that team mentally is in trouble. Because if you think it's sweet, you may not never win. That's why I said this about Luka years ago. What happens in the career if he never wins a championship? What happens if Wemby never wins a championship because of this mindset? It's just sad that, you know, these guys are still figuring out ways to make excuses for getting their ass kicked. Because you know what else is another stat? In Game 3, if Mikal Bridges has 8 points and Sherman has 6 points, we sweep them. So when he talk about if the games was 46 minutes, no. The games was 48 minutes. And if you want to go with if Mikal Bridges has 8 points, we sweep y'all. Then what? That's why I said sweep them. Man, Fabian, this team, yo, it's a joke. And I like Wemby. I like what he represents. I like what he brings to the table on the court. But this mindset right here, y'all don't know what the hell y'all talking about. And having that mindset, you better be careful. Because just like the target is on our back, the target is on their back as well. You don't think OKC want payback? They wasn't healthy. It still pushed it to a Game 7. So, San Antonio, y'all better get it together. Because y'all talking out of y'all you know what. And y'all are bugging. But yeah, they a joke. They are a joke.
It's starting to remind me of Memphis Grizzlies, John Morant, Dylan Brooks, Bane.
Great comparison.
It's a lot of young, a lot of flair. It's you know, we love it, but at the same time, if you don't follow up, you don't follow through, bro. We saw what happened with them. They were a rookie playoff team, and if they had a real veteran, I never believed in De'Aaron Fox to that level. It would have been different. But that's the problem. And Sean Sweeney knows that. He shouldn't be saying that. So all of a sudden we got young. What do you mean? OKC is young too.
Right.
Like they're really saying, and we were saying that in real time. Hold on. Not only are they beating your ass during the regular season, OKC, y'all really are the same age. There's not really much of a difference. I'm not trying to take away OKC's championship, but you played a young Indiana Pacers and they had you on the ropes. On the ropes. Why are you that much better than the Spurs? But the same could be said for the Spurs. We're a matchup problem for you. You struggled with OKC. That's more of our style. We have a similar type of game, point guard, MVP type, right? But they were down there too. They're two impact players, a huge impact player in Jalen Williams. Am I bugging?
Yes.
Jalen Williams. Okay. And it still took you 7 games. You were down by 20 a bunch of those games. You were fumbling and bumbling then.
And remember, one of their best players that came off the bench was injured as well.
The two impact, AJ Mitchell and Jalen Williams, two impact players.
Right.
So, and this kid is going through some growing pains. Chet, Wemby be punking him, but who's to say this is not going to get him hyped up next year? Because now, if Chet has any balls, any cojones, he's going to come out in this summer, stay quiet, stay low, and work on your game. Because this guy's punking you on national TV, and now he might be able to see that you're actually a bully. Because Mitchell Robinson smacked you up during the championship. That's what happened. That's that picture you saw. Laughing, I'm in your head, right? And all of a sudden we got in your head. We got physical.
Yeah.
And now you and the rest of them dudes, you fell, you faltered because you're forgetting. Yeah, the Knicks are young considering what a championship team is supposed to look like traditionally. But, dog, we've been through the damn rigmarole. We took the steps, as Flea always talks about. What steps did the Spurs take to think they had a chance in terms of experience and poise when them lights is that bright? Wemby, I like the bravado. I'm the real MVP. I'm the real defensive player of the year. I like the bravado, but you have learned, if you haven't, and you got the wrong coaches around you to teach you, that you keep sipping out of that juice, you're gonna fail the driving. You're gonna fail the driving exam when you get pulled over by the cops, bro. I don't see how this is good for a young team, especially with Mitch Johnson as the coach, and that might be why they hired what's the guy? Billy Donovan from Chicago, who won a championship over there in Florida. Even though he's not proven either. He's
on the coaching staff, right?
Right, he's not the associate head coach.
Yeah.
His underlings, whatever, they want to chip with OKC, but I that's the pressure on Mitch Johnson, but I still haven't seen anyone in that organization who can do exactly what you said, what Greg Popovich stood for.
But that's why Billy Donovan was brought there, right? Because this is why the Spurs is in trouble. And this is why they lost that series. Of course, we played great. No one checked none of the players. Why are you bragging and boasting and getting up in guys' faces every time you score? This is the finals. You got to grow up. You got to grow up. When you do that, you light a fire under the other team. And I've never watched a team in the finals do that. Every play. Every time Harper scored, he flexed. Every time Castle, Champagnie, every time. And I'm going, and no coach is going to tell him cut it out. This is the finals. This is the finals. Do y'all know who y'all playing against? So I just feel like, we like that coach, but he showed a lot of immaturity in that NBA finals. And you have to check those players. Because believe me, if we call Brunson Kobe Bryant Jordan mentality, imagine a player doing that to Jordan to Kobe in the finals. A younger player. Oh, yeah? Got you. So the Spurs is in trouble, whether they believe it or not. And until that coaching staff gets themselves under control, then it can have a snowball effect. But when the coaches is talking like that, Fabian, right? It's like a parent being like that. Oh, we see why the kid like that. Oh, now I see why the Spurs on the court act like how they was acting. Look what the coaches is saying. Look how they acting. So, I think bringing in Billy Donovan is smart. Now, I don't know how much, he's going to help or make them better, but I understand the premise of it. We got to get some OG in here. Because remember, you need somebody on the sideline. Timeout. And you're supposed to see him in that huddle. Yo, y'all bugging. What are y'all doing? Get back on defense. Stop bragging and boasting and flexing. What are you doing? Right? So I just don't like how the Spurs carry themselves. And I agree with you. And Flea always says it. And you say it as well. What the hell have y'all done? What have y'all done? What steps did y'all go through to really think your first year, second year, third year, fourth year, 5-year guys can be sitting up here bragging and boasting and flexing in the NBA Finals and then lose and still make excuses? It's comical. I think next season, this season coming up, they're not going to be in the finals. I don't think they're ready. I really don't. And I think the NBA needs to be careful until they can humble themselves and understand what the game is and represent it the correct way. I think a lot of teams is going to be looking to embarrass them. Seriously, because I think Wemby and them guys walk around with a confidence that it's just at times it's irritating, bro. It really is. So I can't wait to see how the NBA reacts to playing them, right? And see what happens.
Especially when Wemby threw the ball away the way that he did.
Oh, the 61-point? Yeah, come on, bro.
No. I forgot. I'm saying I forgot about that. Remember at the end of, was it game 2 or the end of game 1 where he threw the ball and Jalen Brunson picked it off? Like at the end of the game, it was a close game. Remember when we threw on the sideline, he was trying to pass the ball and Brunson, he stole it. We got the ball back.
Yeah. When Wemby turned the ball over, yes.
That's all experience. I mean, we seen Nick Anderson fall in the championship, stuff like that, but that's all experience. So for him to just downplay that is crazy. Like, yo, at least say, yo, we're gonna learn from that, because them mistakes, boy, oh boy, these little puppies. You're not and I don't know how old is Sean Sweeney, because damn, bro, how do you say something like that? And then he's gonna go coach Orlando?
But Fabian, y'all was young.
42 all ball.
But hold on, y'all was vets for 46 minutes, and y'all were only young for 2 minutes.
Right.
Y'all got outplayed. That's it. You got outcoached, you got outplayed, and you got outclassed. We was there for business. Y'all was there for everything else. So while y'all bragging and boasting after every point, we are figuring out ways to climb out this hole and stomp on y'all neck. So it was just, to me, 2 different mindsets, 2 different mentalities. While y'all playing and joking around and acting like this is a game, for us, them guys knew they had the whole city behind their back. And what I got Dan Le Batard said, he's bringing hell with him in New York City. So y'all can joke and play all y'all want. That's why y'all not champions and we are.
Baby Bubba. Get to them super chats, all ball. OG Ramsey, he's in the mix. I'm back home. Chat. You're always welcome. Always welcome. You know what that means. I will replay it for you, but OG Ramsey already set it off on you. Joe Edwards, thank you for your $199 and your other $199. He said, a new member, love your show. Joe Edwards. Thank you, sir.
Wow. Give him a bomb.
I'll give you
Give him a bomb. Come on, man. Joe Edwards, appreciate you becoming a member. Wow.
Joel, thank you very much. We appreciate you. And you know how this goes. Now that you win, you can't leave. Where we at? Oh, here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna let you talk, David Smith, because that's your guy. You riding out for him. If the referees would stop calling bogus foul calls on Cat, no team could stop Cat. He would have been MVP of the league. Mike Brown should have Cat's back. Oh boy, I've never in my life heard that before.
Big shout
I'm
out
leaving
David
him
Smith,
alone.
man. Yeah, David Smith is consistent, man. Listen, that's his guy.
Yes. He might be the only consistent person on planet Earth. OG Ramsey, thank you for your $5. Analytics say 8 teams can win the chip. Truth says only 1 team can win. I ignore the noise. History teaches Buffalo Bills lost 4 straight Super Bowls. You missed, just missed, just leaves you with missed. Just missed, just leaves you with missed. That's crazy. He also says Jay-Z or OG Ramsey. You pay to hear Jay-Z drop gems. Me, I pay to share gems. Respect. Oh.
OG.
Yo, I can't believe. Real quick, old ball. Nothing crazy. Is Jay-Z and Tupac the most like reacted to stuff on social media? Like, there's an interview. They are interviewing everybody from their past, right? Anybody who's associated with them, and it's always going viral on YouTube, Instagram, everywhere. I'm just like, and I can't think of anyone else in history, especially rap, that they do that for, or music for that matter. I don't hear anybody that gets like the most sought after. Like, they don't even do that for pop stars, like let's say Britney or Beyonce. And I just found that, like, it hit me today. I'm like, yo, they might have like 2 or 3 10 YouTube channels based on these 2 guys' lives.
Yeah, I mean, how Skip Bayless, made a career, out of the LeBron thing. It's some platforms that made a career out of just discussing, those guys. Yeah, I mean, it's insane. It's insane. I mean, for people to still be, discussing Tupac, rest in peace, is crazy, right? So, yeah, I mean, I agree, man. It just shows how much of a megastar, those guys are. And God rest his soul, that guy was. Like, it's insane.
Did we lose you?
Who, me?
Yeah, it kind of glitches out for a second. After you said megastars, it kind of glitched out. Well, any last words before we get up out of here, old boy?
Yeah, I mean, do you have the video of Brunson getting his award? Maybe we let the chat see that a little bit.
I thought I
And right now, Brunson should win this as well. I think the best performance, that 45. Come on, man. They got Bam Adebayo, 83. They just had somebody 3 grand slams. They got a young lady. I think she plays for Notre Dame. 44 points, 16 steals. Lord have mercy. Then you got my guy, Otani.
16 steals is crazy.
16 steals is insane.
For those of you listening or watching, if we clip this out, it's because
hold on. Best single game performance in Brunson's 45 in the finals isn't up there.
What else is up there? The 16 steals?
Bam Adebayo with 83.
No.
Otani won.
What did Otani do?
I don't know. They had a guy that had 3 grand slams. They had the young lady from Notre Dame, 44 points, 16 steals. But how does Brunson not even be in that category? I know you probably can't play the audio, right?
Let's give it a try. If it blanks out, it blanks out. If I have to take it out, scrub it out later, I'll scrub it out.
SB goes to Jalen Brunson.
Oh.
First and foremost, I want to say thank you to my family for sacrificing everything day in and day out. Thank you to Jim Dolan, Knicks organization, Leon, front office, Mike Brown, my teammates.
The fans.
Without them, none of this would be possible. They allow me to be me, and so I'm forever indebted to them. Thank you.
Yo, man. He's gonna say shout out to the best fans in the world. Big shout out Jalen Brunson. You can tell, man, that guy, he don't care about none of that, bro. He give a damn about any of that. But congratulations. Congratulations.
It's weird to see. I'm not gonna lie. It's still surreal us winning stuff like that, and even when that happens, it's like, yo, we really believed. And now, you know how sometimes you hit a milestone, whatever in life, and you like, damn, did that just really happen?
Right.
It's still surreal for me because it's just like, yeah, new Jeter. But even Jeter was like, I'm not gonna lie, Jeter looked like a star out there, bro. And all the bras he was with. He was a star in the newspaper, TV, everywhere. It was like, damn, Jeter's the man. I remember I'm a Mets fan. I'm like, I wish he was a Met. He's a super duper star. He ain't even nice like that. He's just, when it matters most, I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna be Mr. November. Could have been anywhere else. AllBall. Any last words?
Stay cool out there. I know today was a scorcher, right? Happy hump day to everybody. Hope everybody has a great night. You know, see y'all tomorrow. Please keep supporting the channel. Please keep hitting them super chats. Please keep becoming a member and subscribing and liking. But please, y'all, keep supporting the channel. Love y'all more than y'all think. Best chat in the world. Have a great night.
Come on now. We back tomorrow. I might got something in the afternoon for you. OG Ramsey, real quick. Loading up for you. Slowly building my team to carry on. Come on now. And we slowly building this thing here on AllBall TV. ABTV3 is the Cash App. ABTV3 is the Cash App. We'll be back tomorrow morning's rehab on AllBall TV. Have a beautiful night. Stay cool. It still is kind of nice outside. Enjoy it. Stay safe, folks. AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.